Colder weather puts a wrinkle in everyone's plans, but it's especially challenging for the ranches across our area. KGO9's Blake Phillips is back with us now. Blake, it's not just people who need to bundle up.
No, and I mean, some of those temperatures April just talked about, those are great, right? Especially for people coming here during the winter for the warmer temperatures. But what about those lows? Well, for those pets who can't come inside, that means more work for the ranchers in our community.
Coming?
Ranching isn't easy, but here in southern Arizona, the temperatures are normally pretty predictable. But what happens when they dip?
A lot of it's based on temperature. We tend to blanket if it's going to be under a certain temperature. Sometimes that's 40, but if there's other inclement weather like rain or really bad wind, we'll blanket at a little bit of a higher temperature.
Wednesday saw some pretty high wind gusts, but TRAK Ranch still didn't blanket their horses because temperatures didn't drop below 40. But they are still prepared just in case.
The Sonoran Desert does have such big temperature jumps, so even if it's not really under 40 when we leave in the evening, sometimes we'll blanket anyways because we know it'll drop in the mornings.
And this goes for more than their horses. TRAK blankets their donkeys, but for their goats and pigs, they kind of just lay around, just a little closer to each other with more hay to keep them warm. On the southeast side of Medela Vina Ranch, Mighty Minds has a makeshift barn, but even they still blanket their horses.
We pulled them all in from the pasture, and now we're going to, we had to dust off all our blankets because we don't use them very often here for all of them.
Outside of blanketing, TRAK and Mighty Minds does one other thing in common: food. Lots of it.
We're probably going to double their hay tonight, so we'll add in an extra lot of hay so that way they can have something to eat all night and keep warmer.
When it's super cold, we'll feed heavy. Keeping a horse digesting is a really reliable way to keep them warm.
Because keeping animals warm is just as important too. And you saw that one horse nodding. I think his name was Twix or Trix, one of the two, but you see him nodding, talking about more food. What kind of animal wouldn't want more food, right? But hey, when temperatures drop here in southern Arizona, ranching is what made Arizona where we are today. Sure, the city grew up around it, but you got TRAK up in Midtown, you got the Mighty Minds group working out of the Medela Vina Ranch on the southeast side, Claire. It's still very busy and it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, but glad they're on top of it.
Absolutely.
I just love that, keeping a horse eating. Best way to stay warm.
It's really hard, right?
Yeah, I had no idea. I love it. Blake, thank you.
Yeah.